Got it. All right. And let me come over here to this Zoom, right? Double check it. And got it. All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? I'd like to welcome you to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report from no other than 7healstar.com Astrology Firm. And I am here with my magnificent and beloved brothers in whom I am well pleased. And they are.
Islam. I am to my day. How art thou?
With the sauce.
Islam, peace, love, light to you all. I am Brother Alim ill. You know, all is well. But you know, sometimes my brothers, they also like to call me. What's that you call me, bro? What?
Let's do this, man. Like, welcome you all again to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. We already know. Without further ado, I'm going to give you guys some flash testimonies. I hope you guys checked out last night Office Hours with Dr. G. Shout out to Dr. Naila L for actually sharing her platform with us again for a part 2 that we did last night. We went a little bit more into astrology than the civics, even though we, topped it off, not capped, because we're always all feds, no cap. What we did was we just went into some civics as far as speaking about what to do when Google, doing business as YouTube, violates your free speech when they are governed under the laws of Delaware. So at the end of the day, they can't even have bylaws that are in disharmony with the Constitution. So I trust you guys, go back and look at that. And we appreciate your support. We appreciate all those that have joined Prophet Noble Drew Ali University by just simply clicking the link. We also appreciate those of you that have newly subscribed to 7 Hailstar. I think we're like 385 subscribers. That's sincere of you, because we're not really in this for, the clout chasing, the likes and all that stuff like that. I know a lot of people say that and they really be wanting it. No, we want you guys to really sincerely study. Be yourselves. Be what your ancient foremothers and forefathers were. So that your days are long upon earth land. So let me go and do this without further ado. Let's do this screen share. So we go and look at the calendar, our 7 Hailstar calendar, right? And knock this thing out now, right? Go right here. As you guys already know, this is our 7 Hailstar Astro calendar from March Aries 2022 to February Pisces 2023. Time never was when man was not, and we are quoting Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity by affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All righty. So Supreme honors the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and Caliph Charles Mosley Bey. All righty. Just saying that he defended our faith by making sure that our certificates, all right, AA 77, if I'm not mistaken, AA 77869 for the Clock of Destiny Book 1, AA I think that's 219306. I trust I remember that correctly for Clock of Destiny Book 2, and AA 222141 for our Moor Zodiac Constitution and Nationality card, which is in the Library of Congress. So, you guys are like, oh, they don't recognize them. No, it has been actually already, and the work's been done. So you need to make sure you're going to rvbaypublications.com and really, really get the studies that you're getting there, guys, right? And make sure you can get everything that you can get, because I'm pretty sure there's some changes being made. However, it is our, where we always start, every sincere Moorish American start there, stay there for 18 months, get exactly what it is that they need, get the studies that are necessary, right? And share it with your loved ones. However, us, when we know that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So those of us that actually have our student cards via RV Bay Publications for Moors Heritage and History School, right? We know that we're both student and staff, period. Because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And that's why we're doing the work that we do consistently, 4 days out of a 7-day strong. Because, we don't call it a week, right? So 4 days out of a 7-day strong. All righty, and we're just doing it just for the fun pertaining to the verbiage. All righty, guys, so you know that we're here with the month pertaining to the earth sign Capricorn. When the sun transits the earth sign Capricorn, the sea goats right? Contemporarily and anciently and contemporarily ruled by Saturn. And then, the sun will eventually ingress. I think it's on the 20th this year. I'm gonna double check that when we go and look at the calendar. Actually, the air sign Aquarius, the water bearer, right? It's an air sign though, right? Like a cloud bears water right before it precipitates and rains, right? Anciently ruled by Saturn, also still contemporarily ruled by Saturn. However, its co-ruler is Uranus. All right, and as I said, guys, that sun is ingressing actually, and Brother Sean will go in on that ingress for the 20th at 29 minutes after 0300 hours Eastern. However, guys, we're going over the 19th through the 25th for January 2023, right? So, guys, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for Odin's Day, Woden's Day, termed Wednesday, correct? So I will do those 3 testimonies and then 1 ingress after the void, of course, moon. Brother Sean has 2 testimonies for those transits there. However, he'll be starting off with Sol ingressing Aquarius. So Aquarius season is nigh, right? Then for Saturdays, our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased with the South, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, for those 4 transits and that 1 ingress to Luna into Aquarius also. So this very soon will be Aquarius new moon, which he will go in also. And then you guys will see on the Intuition Monday, I'm pretty sure that's what I and Brother Sean are going to go in on. We already did solar ingress into Aquarius. So we'll also talk about the new moon, alrighty, on the 23rd. Alrighty, for the 22nd, it's also Brother Terrell Samari Bay with the South for those 3 transits there. Then on the 23rd, after we do that, we know that's the day we're going to do the Intuition Monday to just kind of reflect on the new moon. I am Brother Sean and any other bros that show up, right?
Brother Sean, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Hey, Brother Jay, you remember what I said the other day in the chat?
What you say, bro? What you say?
Bro, it just popped in my head. Mr. Thanksgiving.
Hey, yo, y'all are hilarious, yo.
I was just here laughing like,
Y'all hilarious, yo. 23rd, Brother Sean Alim Mel has those 2 transits. Looks like 2 conjunctions. Hey, looky, Astro Cookie. 2 conjunctions there, all right, for both Saturn and Venus on the 23rd, and then a solar ingress, a lunar ingress into Pisces right after the void, of course, moon, all righty, after it egresses Aquarius and then ingresses Pisces. Then for the 24th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, with those 4 testimonies there for that Tuesday, all righty, and then on the 25th, right, the 25th, right? 5 days, 5 months actually. Well, it's still 5 days, right? But 5 months before one of the greatest days on Earth. We got 5 of them amongst the bros. But January 25th to June 25th is both special for brother Jag and I, right? In so many ways. That is 5 months, right? We want January. Yeah, it's 5 months, right, Jag? So
yeah.
So for January 25th.
Best day ever. Yeah.
Right. So for the 25th January, closing us out until we can reconvene again, right? So we're going to adjourn until the 25th. However, Brother Jag is going to go in on those 4 testimonies in 1 lunar ingress when Luna, after it finishes its void, of course, moon, after egressing Pisces, it will then ingress Aries. So that's what we're going in on this degree. Let me stop the screen share here. And let's just, without further ado, just get it started. Let me start the screen share here on this one. All right. So that we can actually do what we do. All right. So with that being said, let's do it. The screen shareth. Right. Absolute Timon. Remote control. Really? Remote control to Terrell Tamari Bay. There's the remote control for my bro. All right. And I kick this off, guys. Right. Let me bring this one up behind me too for the 19th. Alrighty, so sunrise, as we can already see for the 19th, it's happening at 29 degrees. Alrighty, you guys see this, 29 degrees Capricorn, 9 minutes. Alrighty, so 29 degrees Capricorn is the degree pertaining to collecting. Alrighty, so this is the collecting degree, right? So you may find some things even on commercials that you may hear through some type of broadcast, or maybe even see, or you may watch something through your own so-called favorite streaming service, so to speak. You guys will find something about collecting or collectors items. That will probably be something you'll come across throughout that day. However, by being a Jupiter day and the Jupiter hour, of course, you already know the sunrise and when the day commences is the same planetary day and planetary hour. You guys will allow yourself to be very expansive in that which you collect. You guys will be able to really see that what Seven Hill Star brings through Prophet Noble Drew Ali University for you all, where it only costs you to just pay attention and click the link. All right, you go to Seven Hill Stars Instagram, or you go to our Astrology Streets Instagram, and you go into that bio and you click the link tree, and you will see within the link tree, the first link in our link tree is Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, and we share with you the information how it was shared with us. All righty. So with that being said, guys, on this particular time here with Leo, where is Leo? But intercepted in the 7th house. So the moon and the sun are ruling over the 7th house together. And so what I'll say there, we're going to have some fascination and denial with fated relationships. So what you're going to need to do is really collect the information necessary so that you can be the best self that you can be, and making sure that you're very disciplined in finding values in yourself, right? Allow your status to be one where if someone else denies you that, right, denies you a certain compliment or to your work or anything like that, what you can actually do is just collect the energy that they're giving. Because remember, no one believes in you more than your haters. All righty. It takes a lot of faith to really hate. I'm telling you. So your haters are actually the ones with the most faith in you. All right. So just make sure you collect their energy in a very friendly, yellow-eyed vampiric way. Right. That's a Twilight reference, right? The vampires with the yellow eyes. Anyway, no jaundice, however. Okay, so prior to this sunrise, I have Luna quartiling Neptune. So it's a lunar Neptunian quartile, having approximately 0300 hours and 17 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact, though, however. And Luna is there in the 1st house, guys, all righty, while Luna is transiting Sagittarius, 23 degrees, 15 minutes in Sagittarius within the 5th house. And we see Neptune there, 23 degrees, Pisces, 15 minutes in the 4th. Guys, what we're really going to be able to do here is really secure our foreign affairs pertaining to the things that we're driven to actually do. So you guys can actually allow yourselves to move forward 9 times out of 10 in some things where you really may need to use certain court systems in order to make yourself, genuinely bring things to your redress. Alrighty, so for you to be redressing the things that's necessary, you may find yourself utilizing institutions very wisely in order to really secure yourself. Alrighty, so when you go to use these things, for example, like if someone has a infringement, right, upon their free speech, how you go about suing Google doing business as YouTube, for example, what you can do is really allow yourself to, again, to secure yourself and being driven in your foreign affairs by really wisely utilizing institutions that will further nurture your need to bring justice that's necessary for yourself. However, very interestingly, Jupiter ruling the ascendant, thus ruling over the moon's placement there. Jupiter there in the 4th house, right? Accidental dignity by exaltation, if some looked at that. I know that's a concept that's not out there. However, you're welcome, astrological community. However, so Jupiter, however, in Aries, so really expanding the ideals that comes to one's home and the, home rule, castle doctrine, right? So, castle doctrine, if somebody, trespasses, you have the right to, do what is necessary to remove that nuisance from your home. So you can do that also within the spirit when people are seeking to rob you of the home rules pertaining to free speech and press. All righty, because Jupiter does rule over publishing. All righty, so when it comes to publishing matters and things that you like to self-publish, make sure that you are very vigilant in protecting yourself and others. With that being said, now we're going to move on to Luna's last aspect in Sagittarius. While it's transiting Sagittarius, it makes a sextile to Saturn. All righty, so it's going to happen approximately 500 hours, 8 minutes and 29 seconds for 19th January 2023. Right, of course, that's as Brother Jag will always remind us, that is the Constantinian Crusade Claw adjustment. We know until the new year pertaining to March 20th, once there's the sun ingressing Aries, we are still in the year pertaining to Hijri, really Moorish calendar year, 1442. Will be 1443 by the time we have the vernal equinox, because we know that there's a difference by 580 years between the Gregorian calendar and the Moorish Moabite cosmological chronology, or terms the Moorish calendar. Alrighty, so what we have here, 24 degrees, this is doing a moon rise, right? Moon will be rising very soon. It's about 25 arc minutes away from actually rising. Alrighty, however, Luna is there 24 degrees Sagittarius, 23 minutes, and Saturn is at 24 degrees Aquarius, 23 minutes, being very dominant in its position there. However, in the second house, where Venus is having some accidental dignity, Saturn is ruling over the second house and co-ruling along with Jupiter over the first house. What you can actually do here, guys, is find a growth opportunity between not only the way that you secure yourself at your home, however, those that may try to be taking your home, you have the means necessary, especially those of you that attend the jurisprudence gym. Make sure that you have what you need in the order to secure yourself away from people who can only sell you business opportunities. Real estate agents can only sell business opportunities. They cannot sell homes. And those of you that are leasing a domus or so-called apartment or whatever, the premises are only and can only always be, because these people don't want to get sued, it can only be the refrigerator, the microwave, the oven, stove, and the dishwasher. Sometimes they try to include the garage connected to the house's premises also. However, that means that real estate agents and property managers of all types cannot sell you or lease to you the actual place where you lay your head. It's the people have to become stronger on their own without looking for anyone that knows this information and knowledge, such as we do, to hold their hand. We'll always, as we do, direct you in the right situation and let you know where the jurisprudence gym is so you can exercise your concept correction. Alrighty. However, make sure you start out first 18 months and you come into this information. Start out at rvbaypublications.com so you can really be Moorish American for real. Alrighty. With that being said, make sure you guys are really doing your best to have the growth opportunity to really be at home. Alrighty, when it comes to your foreign affairs. So you can be very driven and communicating things that are transformative. It will also benefit your health so that you can really shine the light on some values that are essential to that which you possess. Alrighty, so with that, I yield the floor. The moon's going to be void of course for about 9 hours and 3 minutes. So guys, make no major transactions between 5:08 and 1411. Around 1400 hours, 11 minutes, 15 seconds is when Luna is going to ingress Cancer. So really delay your transactions, any transactions. What'd you say there? Okay. Delay any major transactions, guys. So we see that this is happening in the 7th house. All righty. Looky. Astro Cookie. Brother Hassan's got a 7th house. Got a 7th house ingress here, right? This is being ruled.
I'm glad it ain't me.
He did it again. He did it again. He spoke too soon.
Let's stop, man. With your shaggy.
I transmute and rebuke that Jag.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with any houses or any part of astrology. No, it's just an inside joke that we do, guys. It just seems like, sometimes when we have it's like, wow, how is it that we always get this, right? However, we have Jupiter ruling actually from the 11th house. And it's interesting that the 11th house cusp is at 0 degrees. just like the moon. So technically the moon is actually squaring the 11th house cusp here. So what's going to be communicated and things that need to be related is a means to really expand with the wounded healing. A lot of people are really going to be finding that there's some things that are going to be shared. Alrighty, and the ideals that are necessary. The 11th house actually being at the vernal equinoctial point, which is very interesting, right? Which kind of just lets me know the 11th house is right where the equator and the moon's, and the sun's path actually intersects. So even when it comes to astrology and sharing the information and being expansive, a lot of people are going to have to face themselves in the mirror. You won't be able to avoid it. So with that being said, schedule your mirror AstroLiteracy session so that your Cancer brother, ruled by the moon, brother Hassan, and or any of our other brothers, brother Terrell, or brother Sean, or brother Corey, can actually do your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions and make sure that which is communicated with you really adds the essential structure necessary for you to be able to relate not only within yourself, however, to others. Okay, allow that wounded healing to be the professor that allows you to expand in a very guru kind of sense, because with the wounded healer being Chiron, who's also a professor, the guru, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is guru, right? Really allow those 11th house energies, like the collective's values, let the collective values really assist in instituting that which is necessary into the structures in your shared information. All right. So make sure you can, eat the fruit, compost the rind, and plant the seed. My final aspect is I have a lunar Jupiterian quartile here. All right. It's happening approximately at 2000 hours and 29 minutes, right? And just off of generally speaking, there's going to be a stimulation between your subconscious mind and the way you would prefer to expand your higher learning. All right. So while you're at home, stimulating some higher learning there, right? What you can really allow yourself to do is really secure, all righty, traveling long distance without even actually moving, right? So you just do some really firm thinking, maybe read some things that have been published. Maybe that day you're on RVB Publications and you're doing some further reading and making sure that you have that what you need. Again, it is happening approximately 2000 hours, 29 minutes, and 18 seconds. We have Luna there with accidental dignity in the fourth, even though some would say it's debilitated in Capricorn, right? 3 degrees, Capricorn, 56 minutes in the fourth house is where Luna is. So definitely bringing home some things that are essential to secure yourself, while also, alrighty, at the same time with Jupiter there in the 7th house, you guys can really be wise in instituting the way you expand in your relationships. So really allow yourself to do what is necessary. And like I said, maybe you're reading some things, some publishing, it really expands your ideals and have you relating or instituting a way you relate in a more wise fashion. So now with that security within self, you can really nurture yourself with the essentials instead of your beliefs, right? Use truth in place of beliefs. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother in whom I'm well pleased, brother Sean Alim. I'm going to do this editing on the fly, brother Jag, and then I will man the controls when it comes to Saturday and Sunday for you, bro. Islam.
Islam, all righty. So we have the sun conjunct the ascendant. And as we see, the sun is about 10 arc minutes into Aquarius. So we know that, pardon me, the sun in Aquarius before sunrise. So on this day here, let's see, Leo's on the 7th house cusp, right? So on this ingress, on this day, we'll really be looking to find new ways to relate, find new ways to love how we relate and the structures of our relating, so that now we can have valuable conversations, valuable outpourings of ourselves into others, so that now we can improve upon just our health and our relationships with ourselves and others. And also just breaking down or the light being shot upon any like fascination and denial. So, whatever that's true, but you're denying because it doesn't fit your beliefs. Now's the time to really, move forward with that and let that go. And with that, I will yield the first aspect before sunrise is the sun ingress Aquarius.
It's long. It was like it's a 1 minute discrepancy. So I mean, you can do them synonymously. Actually,
Indeed, cool. Yeah. So oh yeah, between that conjunction, yeah, bam. So let me hit you double time. What was that audio I've been hearing? You know, I had to double it. All right, so let's see. That's in the second house, right?
Wow.
Solar ingress. So yeah, the values are gonna come from sharing information, finding ways to get creative to not be mentally blocked within oneself, right? You know, really just showing others like what does Seven Hills Star do every 4 days after strong? We bring you civics and astrology so that you can study yourself and value yourself more so that we can help each other. Because like CM Bay said, quote, freedom is everybody's job. So now we're finding value in just breathing, right? You know, everything that we do on the daily and the material things and using the materials like books and other things to better ourselves. Oh, look at that. And then, you know, to move on to that lunar Mercurian conjunction also going on in the second house. Yeah, it's a change in what we value. What we thought was once important will now not no longer be any important. We'll be reviewing it and we'll really see how we have grown, its growth, its transformation. Pluto's in the second house as well. And it's also a ending of cycles. So with Sol, as I said, with that ingress, you know, for these next 30 degrees, these next 30 days, it's really about finding value within ourselves. And we look for Saturn and Uranus as a co-ruler. Look at that, Uranus in the sixth. So service. So service and communication. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of conversations being had. And also to look back at when the sun ingressed Leo, as we know, Aquarius is the reflection of Leo. So just looking at how one can improve upon their creativity or just seeing some manifestations or seeds sown from that season. And with the lunar Mercury, it's becoming clear now. Mercury is also direct. So becoming secure in the reflecting we've had within ourselves when we interact with others. And with that, I will yield for both of those. And next up, we have a lunar Uranian trine. Yeah, okay, we got Luna in the 8th, Uranus in the 12th. Yeah, you know, close to the 7, but you know, we ain't that close.
You're hilarious, man.
All right, so Luna Uranian trine, that's beautiful, right? Gemini's on the rise. So we have Luna in the 8th, Uranus in the 12th. So Luna in the 8th, this is all about once again becoming secure in our inheritance and knowing that we have the astral, you know, inheritance and things beyond what we can see besides the 5 cycle. Uranus in the 12th, still retrograde in Taurus, I think 14 degrees. It's like either like the experimental scientist or leader of a party, somewhere between that range. Yeah, we're really getting back to the values, and now with the sun being our ego shining a light on what we need to do, it's really about once again, are you getting these astrology sessions? Are you getting the tarots? And if you are getting these services, are they truly valuable? Are you getting what you need? Right. Mars is there as well in the 12th. So you're really driven to be ourselves. Be yourselves. Like stop not being yourselves. And if you don't know, once again, get the mirror session so that you can know who you are. We can tell you and give you the systems, then it's up to you to take those next steps and do with that information that you most likely already internally knew, but you just really wasn't sure of securing yourself, or you know, your mind or subconscious could have gave you other things. But now you are going to get pertaining to the roots of the things in private. So whether you're in meditation or yoga or how you relax yourself, you're able to start seeing the values and the destiny and purpose for yourself beyond what you see on social media and just from communications with other beings. Right, because you have to become clear in your mind first instead of trying to become clear from things outside of you. So with that, Mercury's ruling that in the 7th. So yeah, just relating status, career, and really just becoming clear. And with that, I will yield. Quote Brother Taj, are we clear? And I will yield to my Mercury Hermano, Brother Jag, with the sauce.
Sauce.
Okay. This is the 21st of
Yeah.
The 21st of January, yes, 1443. Moor's calendar year, 2023, Christian calendar year, right? We got the scoop on that earlier, if you were listening. So the sun is at 1 degrees Aquarius, 11 minutes. So yeah, this is the discipline time. Discipline is taking over the helm, so to speak. Really, effectuating or putting action into the things that needs to be done, rather than saying I'm going to do them tomorrow, like Brother Hassan was really just saying. But yeah, we're basically lighting that fire under ourselves and getting things done, so to speak. With this sun and Aquarius energy, definitely being more assertive rather than passive. And if you're doing the opposite, yeah. But we're gonna move on to the moon is going to sextile Neptune. So moon's in Capricorn, 23 degrees, 18 minutes. Neptune is in Pisces, 22 degrees, 18 minutes, in 4th house. There's the subconscious mind and just the things that we may have cling to, that certain falsehoods, so to speak. Speaking of Neptune and the moon being in Capricorn, where 23 degrees Capricorn. But yeah, this is the connection or the realization of like all of the ancient wisdom that has been bestowed upon us, and how it may be utilized in for good or for bad, so to speak. That's subjective. However, it's basically saying how some people actually get the things that they are into, like they actually comprehend what they say they study or not. You're actually reading your textbooks and the things that you say you're into or you're not, and you're just like, it seems to be a way. So this is like our whole eradication of falsehoods and recognizing how that's internal, and then that's externalized based on if we are living a lie or not. And that's pretty evident based on how you feel and based on what you do on your day-to-day basis. So there's just this whole recognition with what really is best for oneself, versus what we were told was best for us based on circumstances or comforts or securities and things of that sort. And you could be finding a lot of information that is basically shattering your reality. However, it's for the benefit of your reality. So you want to be living a lie and blaming all of everything on Sky Daddy or whoever, or the person.
Sky Daddy.
Well, how that one song though, Jed?
Which one?
Living a lie because they reject truth, or whatever she said.
Yeah. You want to live a lie, man. Truth and falsehood is strangely mixed, right? So now it's like we have to basically distinguish that truth and falsehood within ourselves. And then we won't deal with that shit externally when we, internally check it. It's so fun. It's so cool. So yeah, this is like a self-reconfiguration, like, going into the depths of one's psyche and one's being. Like, who are you really? They say, who are you? Who were you before they told you who you are or whatever? That's pretty much that. Yeah, moving on. The moon is going to conjunct Pluto, so that's, it's happening. It's Capricorn, yeah. That would be the corporate world for use. So, Moon, Pluto, in Capricorn, 28 degrees, 20 minutes, and the 10th house. Interestingly enough, and look at that, Aries is on the ascendant, of course, Mars is in the second house. Yeah, so these things that you may have, thought were valuable, in regards if it was tangible, so you can touch it, so you thought it was real because of its tangibility. However, it was just like a facade, so to speak. It's like this moon conjunct Pluto is like we're basically putting ourselves into the position of practicality rather than what's the word? Imaginative fanaticism, or just like being a fanatic with, like, when people say, oh my God, we're aliens, and like, we come from all these other places and stuff, and like that's cool. Like, that's not doing anything for us here, like as in regards of our economic security and everyone having food, clothing, and shelter. And it's like, oh my God, but aliens are like taking over my body. And God, I mean, like that whole fanatic whatever, reality of living is basically being removed or checkmated, in some sense, because it's again, it's not doing anything for the economic, for everyone's economic, security. And like Brother Sean was saying, freedom is everybody's job. So how in any way is us speaking on aliens, which just means foreigner, but they are speaking of aliens from different realms of dimensions, which we know isn't, far-fetched. All you got to do is close your eyes. But they try, some people try to make it seem so out of here, like
Because I'm a moon child like Rick James.
Yeah, and the star seeds and the star charts, like that's cool and all. We get that. However, like it's just like being practical within those whatever it is, terminologies, because all of these words, star seed, that is stemming from something. You're just talking about not chocolate, for real. Like literally, we won't go there. So it's just like that whole, putting yourself out there and living, trying to live a sort of way, it's not going to work. So just be sincere and honest and really acknowledge, your lower self and your higher self. And, you'll really connect to things that's actual rather than, again, the things that's not bringing us economic security for the world at large. Like people are debating about if the earth is a circle or if it's flat. What? Go plant some food and feed your family. That's it. So it's like, go to the library and get you a gardening book. Or if you, I'm pretty sure you already did that yesterday, probably. So yeah, just study how to plant food, practicality. All right, moving on. That's the moon's last aspect, actually, in Capricorn. So the moon is going to go into Aquarius. The moon is going to be void for 3 hours and 27 minutes. Look at that. The moon's in the 9th house. See, just great. Now you get to learn about gardening and planting your own food and not being, you know, so inconstant within, you know, our actions, so to speak. It's being more, again, practical and tangible, constant rather than inconstant, you know, finding resolution instead of, you know, being filled with irresolution. Like, I can't figure out this because I don't want to think. I want someone to do it for me. Can you think for me, please? Like, that's not, no. So Moon in Aquarius is in the ninth house. It's like they're connecting, and we're connecting to structure and the fickle-mindedness and things. Again, the inconstancy is not helping, or it will not help. So observing that within oneself will bring clarity, because it will help one rearrange one's mental process and how one thinks and how one handles, let's just say, quote unquote, problems. They're not actually problems. They're just something to make you use your mind to start thinking, because we don't want to think. We think everything is a problem because it's a sort of a challenge to us. It's probably teaching you something to further your development, inner development, psychic development, physical development, who knows, emotional development. Are you emotional?
Developmental stages.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo.
Yeah, that's it. Emotional stability. Like, are you emotionally stable? Or do you feel like you're emotionally stable because you feel like it? Just because you feel it, that doesn't mean it's actual. Let's be tangible here. Let's prove all hypotheses. Yes. Let's prove the theory. Right?
Give me, did you get to, you're still on the lunar ingress, or are you on the conjunction?
That's the lunar ingress, yeah.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure I wasn't, I dropped the ball there. Just wanted to make sure, bro. All right, go ahead. You know, I'm doing like 2-3 different things at once, but it's all good. This is good.
Yeah.
I yield.
Yeah, this you can move on to the conjunction now. This is great. This new moon is great. Like I said, you know, basically eradicating inconstancy within ourselves, and that's his name is resolution. You know, that's me quoting the circle saying. But yeah, this is a new sense of life right here, you know. And then, like I said, you know, to remove that sense of inconstancy and really, you know, take your place amongst the affairs of man and really show yourself approved, you know, for the sake of, you know, just yourself, and really, you know, being charitable, so to speak, you know, giving that helping hand when it's needed, because it's pretty much paramount here. This is like, you know, with this new moon, it's like it's going to be like the new moon. If the new moon could speak, if it had words, it would ask you, do you see the harmony in your toil, so to speak?
This is your new moon consciousness speaking.
Your conscious speaking.
Wow.
All right. Oh wow. So it's happening in the 7th house. Look at that, brother Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what happened?
Hold on.
2 times. Go back. Hey, go
Okay,
back.
pardon me. I didn't know you were okay. Hold on. Forgive me. I didn't know you were ready to move yet. I was in that zone again. Okay. I yield.
Okay, yeah. So it's in the 7th. Yeah. You got Pluto, Sun and the Moon in the 7th house. Yeah. So like I said, this new moon will literally be asking you specifically, like, do you see the harmonies in your toil, so to speak? Because of course it's teaching you something based on your choices. We all make choices. That's it. So the choices that we make are going to reflect the experience that we're having. So then we gotta, we're acknowledging ourselves, because that pointing the finger shit, you're done. Stop it. Acknowledge your duty, your doings, your duties, because we say we have duties. In reality, that's subjective, because you're doing that because of, based off your constitutional background. However, if you don't know that, you'll be somebody else's puppet, so to speak, Pinocchio, more than likely. You walk around here lying.
Don't be no lie now. Come in masculine form, brother. Jesus, mercy Christ. Stop with the queen stuff. But shut your, like, anyway. That's an insider right there, man. We already know some lonely bridges out there. Just in their trolls.
Are you teaching, or are you eating? Or is it supper time?
I know, right? Supper time.
Or are you just talking about what's happening on Uranus right now? What? Like, do you know how to feed yourself? Are you talking about Uranus? And so look, the point is just it's a whole new approach to life, so to speak. So like problems, those don't exist. What is a problem? Actually, it's just something looking to be solved. And so it's like changing your mindset on, okay, a problem is something that makes me have a problem.
Yeah, mother's moon, teach your son's son how to really deal with transforming Pluto, ways to relate, because they might just put themselves out there in comments on YouTube channels looking real, what's the word, jealous and envious. No, that's not a portion. Can I add that to your wisdom there, bro? I just want to know if I can add that to your wisdom. I know some of us are actually real astrologers. We just don't have literature for it. We're actually real certified professional astrologers, internationally certified professional astrologers. Stop being mad about it. We've paid our dues. And we promote where we got our start all the time.
Islam.
Yeah, all righty, I yield.
Islam to you, you beautiful beings. Yeah,
Melissa Harsh tripping in the chat. She was like, if somebody was in the trolling in the chat last night talking about, sound like you're babbling. Stop babbling. Like, you want to be us, so just stop it. Like, just stop it. Right? You want to be, and what's being us? Sincere, not selling you packages, not trying to be a Mac with, let me see how much pimping I can do with astrology. Right? Yeah, I said astrology on purpose.
Yeah.
Fall
on the sword. This is the fall on the sword thing. This is the fall on the sword. Especially if the the fickleness, the lying. This new moon is going to expose all of that, because who's really been living the lie based off of whatever, who's literally being living truth, and that's it. You can only correct. You can only be one or the other, no in between. Period. So
what are we doing this year?
Yeah.
Body up, body up. Okay.
I can only be true.
You see that Mercury house too. It's like, maybe you should really consider what you consider. Like what is your really, how do you really think about what you think about? And why do you think about those things? Like are those even your thoughts? Or are you like, again, the Pinocchio? Is that Geppetto's thoughts? And you do what he says do because that's your guru or your elder? And then they aren't even happy. How do you listen to someone who's miserable? I don't get it.
Misery.
Yeah,
okay.
So that misery was a big company.
Read that chapter in the Circle 7. Misery. And incontinence.
Yeah. Because some people can only live out their appellations, and that's being mental bondage to sense consciousness. I yield.
I yield for the new moon energy. So yeah, be mindful on your inconstancy, and read inconstancy to solve that inconstancy. Or maybe we'll give you a treat at the end. Maybe.
Hey, look at the edge.
yo, yo, I knew he was gonna say something, yo. That's why I'm sitting here like, let me make sure. No, that's in there. Is it in there? Hold on.
Oh, it's in there.
No, it's not in there. No, it's
not.
It's
No!
It's in here.
Yeah, got him.
Got him. It's like, no, it's definitely in here, bro.
In that fifth one.
Definitely. And this.
Somebody trying to have.
Is that am I seeing that properly? Yes, I am seeing that properly.
Yeah.
Yes, and then Jupiter is in B in the 8th. Yeah.
Oh, it's in the hold on, that's 1 degree. No, it's the 7th. Okay, I yield. Definitely 5th and 7th. No, hold up. That's in the 8th house. I was right the first time.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Wowzers. That's wow. 5th and 8th on a sextile. All right, I yield, bro.
Yeah, that speaks for itself, man. You already know what's going on here. This is like someone's definitely having a child. At this exact moment, pretty cool child. Mercury, the 5th house. Yeah. This would be if not that, of course that would be happening. But, this would be a great time for like the mothers and her daughters possibly, or her close friends possibly, to basically have that dialogue about morality, so to speak, or principles based in longevity rather than physical or instant gratification. Again, the dialogue or the context would be longevity, and again the word practicality, because something being more concrete, not being a castle built on sand, right? Not being that, which would falter with the blow of the wind. That's me paraphrasing, quoting Circle 7. But yeah, this is establishing a more stable foundation for something very prosperous. It's really taking one's life and oneself very seriously. Like one could be considering fasting maybe 3 times out of the cycle now, to just bring that. It's basically to have some sort of revitalization with the nervous system, with the sympathetic system, just the whole body really being revitalized in some way to basically bring back to life the organs, all of the glands, literally the lymph nodes, all of the nodes, just literally listening to the body more so, because the body speaks, and the ailments that may be present in those who aren't listening to their body. It's paramount, because it'll be teaching you a lesson that your body, like our body actually teaches us lessons. So the more we listen, the more we can connect to that energy, and that's pretty much what's happening here with that Virgo on the rise too, Mercury's in the 5th, so we can possibly hear something about gardening, or the way you process your soil in a more it's just more creative, or more it brings more life to the soil rather than how you were doing it before. That's possibly something else in the air, just doing things more effectively, and being more studious with those studies, rather than just going with the whim, just to mention cooking. When I cook, I'm very specific on my measurements, and a few friends of mine, they aren't. They like to say, I'm gonna just stop when my ancestors tell me to stop. Like, okay, that's cool and all, but like to measure it also would bring precisely what it is that you're
Astro eyeballing.
Islam, right? So yeah, you find that balance with precision, so to speak, detailed precision, documented precision. Really just documenting that evidence for further reference, so to speak. So yeah, that's pretty much that energy there. And I'll yield with that one. Move on to the Sunday. Okay. The 22nd. One had to put 0 degrees. Set time. Yeah.
We ready now? Oh, I didn't hear that part. I was ready. I'm all sitting here. I'm just.
You're good,
I was
man.
on the.
You're good.
I was checking the membership for the major astrological society, and we're still good. Just checking. Of course, there's a spring virtual conference going on. Anyway, I yield, bro. That's kind of what I was looking at. Go ahead. I got you back. Islam.
Yeah. So 22nd of January, 2023 Christian calendar year. 1443 would be Moorish calendar year. So the sun's at 2 degrees Aquarius, 12 minutes. That energy is just obviously the new moon is the day after or the day before. So that energy is just potent, really be mindful. Don't move too fast. And really consider what you just, observed about yourself on that day. On the 21st, and take that.
Hashtag cool it now. You got to cool it now. All right, I get.
Yeah. Practicality, baby. Practicality. Resolution. Be resolution minded and not irresolute. Yes. Well, moving on to moon trining Mars, and that's before sunrise. So that's that. It's like being more active and courageous in oneself. Really, look, Moon's in the 3rd house in the grave. Mars is in the 7th, of course. Yeah, so the astrology is coming to life and everyone wants to talk about it because now they see, oh my God, it's really real. Oh my God, the sun actually does rise and it actually does set. Oh my God, yes, it does. And all this time.
Look what I can do.
I know, right?
It's actually seeing the nakshatras or the constellations, the asterisms, actually seeing them in the sky and actually seeing them move. It's like, oh my God, it's actually real. That's actually Mars setting right now at 300 hours. You can see that right now. Outside, the northern hemisphere, so to speak. But yeah, this is also a good time to go back and to look at your old notebooks, notes that you may have taken on astrology, or maybe also get into etymology so you can stop being so confused about simple terms like just the simple terms about astrology, like Vedic. So Vedic, like people say Vedic astrology, Vedic or Veda is just, Veda means knowledge. So like, that's it. Sidereal, people, what is it? Sidereal or tropical? Sidereal is just the stars. It's the actual stars that basically don't move. They're fixed in their movement, like they're connected. And then the planets, which do move, like Mars is a planet. Gemini right now is going to be in Cancer later, so it moves. And our chakras, they stay still. So that will be the sidereal. And tropical as just the solstices and the equinox, or the equinox and the solstices. Or it's tropical, turning, something's turning. Just like that. That's Moon and Mars trines, eradicating things that may have been misinterpreted, so to speak, or you may have just misunderstood it just slightly a little bit, right? So this is just, it's becoming more concrete, so to speak, with the action of and the interest, because this is harmonious. So you have it'll naturally flow if you're naturally interested, sincerely. If you try to force it to try to seem like a guru, you're done. Not gonna work. Moving on. The moon's going to square Uranus. So yeah, this is good because like this is basically realizing like everyone's a guru. You know, we're all gurus. We just have to actualize it. Like that's just it. So you know, this is the moment to stop looking for that from someone else. You know, it's recognizing like okay, if I can do it, you can do it with sincerity, not with whatever other, I don't know. But Moon's in the 10th house, right? And Uranus is in 12, so like it's like and Uranus is about to go direct to it's in Taurus. And is that let's see. 13. Is that Rohini? Yeah, Rohini. Yeah. Right.
Speak up, bro. What'd you say?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I was thinking about where Chakra Uranus was in right now. But okay, yeah, so this is that yeah, because Uranus is in the 12th, like the occult, the things that whatever they call it, called tarot, astrology, all of those systems, schools of thoughts. It's starting to be more. It's more emphasized now, in regards of like that's everyone is now saying that's what rules the planet, obviously, because again back to tropical, the sun is always the beam of light or the ray of light, right? So the moon in Aquarius, right, and the sun is in Aquarius too. It's really shining that light on the things that people call taboo, or people who study astrology sincerely. Those people may be deemed as like any type of derogatory term. That's actually not what they are, because they notice, they study patterns, basically. That's what an astrologer basically is. And it's just a new way of processing information, basically. Like I just said, like we're all gurus, we're our own guru. Like each one, you are a priest just for yourself. That's me quoting Circle 7 again. That's chapter 10, verse 24. We're all our own priests. So now we're recognizing we don't need to put that outside of ourselves, and then naturally we'll just attract those energies similar to ourselves, within the sense of sincerity, because everyone has differences, and then how those differences interact with one another brings about the relationship. That's what makes relationships basically. It's not about it's not always about similarity. That gets bland and boring. Respectfully. So yeah, it's taking your self more serious, and what you relate with and how you relate with people more serious, and you're not subjecting yourself to bullshit and lies and falsehood. Okay, moving on. Venus is going to conjunct Saturn. Yeah, so there it is. What I just said, like how you relate and who you're relating with and why you're relating with them is it's very important. It's in the 8th house. So if it's not, if it's not something that you can't really find pleasure in, and we're not just talking about sexual pleasure. It's in every sense of pleasure. So from the sense of emotional, physical, sensational, sexual, mental pleasure, those things are pretty much paramount. It's we're not just looking at one sense of pleasure now. because that is just showing a sense of you're basically an animal if all you think of is just one sense of your being. That would be one-dimensional, and we're not one-dimensional beings. So, that's pretty much it. Saturn is like, does this is like where's the structure within this relationship? Is it based in what people see on the internet? Because we got Moon, Saturn, and Venus on the internet. It's like, oh my God, I want to post videos and content on the internet and get all my likes with my consort, and they don't and then they don't even like each other. What is that?
Wow.
Jesus, Monises.
That's real. That's happening right now.
Wow.
Literally. So, again, with the fickleness, you can see that very clearly. It's very clear. And also, we're removing ourselves from those relationships and contracts that are just based in, well, I got this, and I got this. That doesn't bring you any sense of stability or comfort. It's just their sense of comfort and stability that all that matters. And it's like, oh, well, carry on. That isn't even working anyway. Castles built on sand. But yeah, this and that sun is ruled in the chart. Sun's in the 6th house. Yeah, you should, just do the things that you love to do, and take that leap of faith. Be like the magician in the tarot card. Yes. Yeah. So.
Bro. Some gratitude for that sauce, bro. Woo.
Sauce.
All right, so we're now at the moon day. All right, sun at 3 degrees Aquarius. So, realize what homicidal thoughts you need to kill off, right?
Wow.
That are not serving you, so that you can take oneself more serious and love yourself more. Instead of being so hateful, just be more loving to yourself, and then you'll see that reflect on your outer. And yeah. Because hating is not pleasurable. As much as you might want to tell yourself that, that's not, hating is bad for your kidneys. Right.
Yes,
So yes. So talk to that friend or inside that social media group that you're in, just pour your heart and your thoughts out, and have that heart and mental detox and cleanse.
If you got hate in your heart, let it out. Don't be so hateful. Be love.
Let it out. Because you really got to ask yourself, why are you so hateful?
Please.
Because if you just took a step away and not blamed everyone else, like, what is it about me? I know, that might be hurtful, or, very, pivotal to what you think about yourself. But, you just have to ask yourself that. What is it about me that I don't like, right? When folks are like, oh, I don't like Leos. Where's Leo in your chart, And once you hit them with that, it's, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I forgot.
Let me stop. I'm just...
Yeah, so just, look at that. Yeah, Uranus is direct now. So, yeah, it's moving forward. But for those that haven't,
Jack,
realize those cycles, you're going to be moving in a circle. And not in a good way, right?
It's long.
All right, so what we got up first, Brother Jack? What we got?
They need to do better. Moon conjunct Saturn.
I'm telling you, man, like, I'll be wanting a social media detox so bad, but man, let me just post these clips.
Do it.
And Now I get caught, scrolling. I be like, man, these beings need some love, man. They just love themselves, man. They trying to,
Yeah. Depression, misery loves company, bro. That's just it. That's the reality. And they will do anything to have a friend.
or to look some kind of way, like, yo, love yourself, yo. Quit trying to do what you see everybody else do, right? Or try to keep up with this trend that ain't even trending. It's really downhill, but it looks like it's trending. That shit's downhill.
That's just a decline.
Decline. Yeah, you ain't going uphill, baby. You're going backwards.
Oh, it's okay. We all learn from our mistakes, so that's the point. Learn from your mistakes, so you do not repeat the lesson from that mistake that you made yesterday, or today, or 12 years ago, or 360 days ago. It's okay. Just forgive yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everybody, let's affirm. I forgive myself for past mistakes and things that I did because I did not know. But now I heal myself from that. Let's affirm, And it's just, like you said, bro, just forgetting yourself, sometimes, just doing what you need to do at that moment. But now, you can get past that and see, oh, wow, I had to do that. Cool. And just learn from it. It's simple, it's easier said than done, but just forgive yourself. Like literally look in the mirror, say, hey, I forgive myself for what I had to do. But now, since I know, I'm going to do better and keep trying every day. All right. So, now look.
Don't give up. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, don't give up. Because it's that moment when you want to give up when you make that push, push your nigga. All right, so what we got? Lunar and Saturn. In the second house, look at that. Once again, man, get y'all's mirrors, get your, Reiki, tarot, and just all these different services. I think somebody's gonna be like upgrading their computer though. I'm thinking about that, like upgrading their computer, or possibly even like investing in some kind of like electronics or something tangible to expand themselves more. I'm getting studying their moon sign as well. Just kind of Googling, okay, well, I know my moon, and just finding ways to nurture themselves, apparent to them, right? 24 is 12. So yeah, this is a very Piscean energy, according to Astro degree theory. And it's in moon's in Aquarius. So you're taking, the information that's shared, speaking on Seven Hill Star, and you're able to start applying that to be universal and not so one tracked with that. And Sign and Pluto's there. So yeah, you're wanting to really change. You're really looking to transform and change your 3D. But now you first have to pour into the outer, the unseen, into the breath work. And just, once again, just being real with yourself. This is that lunar Saturnian energy. Really just being real with yourself about just your identity, like your attitude that you have, but also at the same time, just what you really value and what you do on a daily. Is it really serving you? Is it not? And just listening to yourself and trusting that. Sagittarius on the rise being ruled by gurus. So once again, it's getting into the mental, the mind, right? Maybe learning from one's siblings or, reviewing one's primary education. It's like, oh, well, I learned this, but, now I'm doing this, but now I'm able to find the joiner between what I'm doing now and what I did back then. And now I can expand on that and expand my mindset and really step into the self-leadership energy of myself. But and I'm bringing that harmony, that balance to Midgard, to Earth, with this higher knowledge and wisdom that I'm, remembering, that I'm getting insights and flashes on. So that now one can, like I said, heal all their past, like psychological mindsets and their past home pain, and just really closing out those cycles so that one can move forward. With that, I will yield, and next we will get into the lunar Venusian conjunction. So, this is like some emotional pleasure here. So once again, This is going on at 5/18/55, so this is super early. All right, so second house. Once again, buy you a book. Go to the bookstore this day if you like to read books, or instead of watching some drama bullshit on Netflix or something, find something very pleasing and just uplifting to one's mind and soul. Right? Because I mean, if all you do is watch drama, what's gonna attract your mind's like, oh, they love drama. Let me keep bringing them in different forms.
They love that shit.
And then they wonder, why is my life so toxic? Well, what do you do on a daily? Oh, I just watch Love and Hip Hop and I gossip and being okay. Then once again, it's clear, but can you see? Right? And it's not throwing no shade. Somebody's like, oh yeah, no, just being truthful so that you can see. And we might be the voices you need to hear so that something clicks in your head and be like, hey, we're your subconscious speaking right now. So once again, just getting that book or possibly even like going to do something, going to like one of the new parks or museums or something in that fashion, just something new, something exciting, something that gets your mind excited, mental stimulating, pleasuring yourself mentally and emotionally. And once again, that's just with books and knowledge, or even, going out to do something with your friend group, or, going to one of those networking parties or groups, something just pleasurable and good that benefits your mindset. Yeah, Saturn's there too. So yeah, guys, just doing the work. And with that, let's see, looks like Luna will be going to course after this, right? After this conjunction, they will be moving into Pisces, and that's for 7 hours and 17 minutes. So no major purchases during this time, but make sure you just, hey, get all your services on 7hillstar.com and go through with it, and when that time passes, then click finalize. So now we have Luna ingressing Pisces and the 10th house. This is very interesting. Wow, we got Taurus on the rise at 29 degrees. Yeah. We accept your apologies in advance, as we told you long ago. Once again, we told you love instead of hate. So now you got the hate out your heart. So now it's love. So let's do this, right? Let's build things for the long term. Moon in Pisces. So could be feeling very dreamy. So maybe writing one's dreams down about their career, or just something they'd like to do for the long term that benefits themselves and humanity at large. Venus and Saturn is still there in the 10th, so it's all together. So yeah, finding pleasure in what excites one's mindset, what is, movable, and enjoying that and caring for that. And wow, Venus run that from the 10th. So yeah, this is some career changes. So maybe someone's, taking a turn, as I know Brother Jack said earlier, taking that leap, doing something different from what's is naturally institutionalized, that everyone else did. So you have to do this. And they're like, no, I have a mindset for myself, and I love myself. And I've learned all these different principles, and I've learned, from all the different cycles, so that I can be beautifully zodiacal.
Islam.
And like the light is being shined 29 degrees is a solar degree. So once again, this is going to be a very interesting Aquarius season, because Brother Sign went in, last Wednesday on the Kazemi with Sun and Pluto, and then we had a, Sun ingress, and then the conjunction, and the new moon. So there's going to be a lot of things pouring in. So I would really, really say look back at the Leo season and just kind of get that 180 mindset. But back to the moon and Pisces, people probably feeling, non-statutory, probably feeling like more dreamy, maybe more tired, some more creative. So, wherever Pisces is in your chart, just look at that to just get creative and find ways to be love. And with that, I will yield the floor, and I'm gonna just pass it back to Living Master Al McGyver. Brother Hassan.
You are hilarious. Yo, you're hilarious. All the praise is due to balance. We are our reflections. And speaking of which, we're seeing how while Sol is here and during its sunrise at 4 degrees Aquarius, right? We know 0 to, it's so funny. Brother Sean was talking about, because 0 to 5 degrees Aquarius is homicide, right? However, it's reflecting the fact that Luna is, that Sol actually is reflecting the 7th house cusp, which it rules, right? So what we can actually see here, like we're really being creative with the knowledge poured out to us. We're going to see the creativities on the internet, or maybe you'll even see a child be very creative with electronics, and you had no idea that they had that type of aptitude when it comes to electronics. So therefore, really allow yourself to do an inner homicide pertaining to your lower self, right? And really kill those things that aren't beneficial. And I'm just resounding a bit of what Brother Sean is sharing. You're going to find yourself having to have something to rise, so to speak. You might even find yourself, just previously watching, or you may find yourself watching Transformers, right? And when you see this, because Pluto's there on the rise, right? Pluto deals with transformation. However, you can bring to light some things that are very essential when it comes to you valuing astrology, because Saturn and Venus are still within the astrological area, especially during the sunrise. Allow yourself to really see yourself, right? Really move forward in your contemplations and getting your mirror astrology, AstroLiteracy sessions, actually. So allow that to be your motivating thing on that sunrise, because you want to be able to kill that lower self tendency to uphold bullshit. All right, you kill that within inside yourself and really allow yourself to be kind to the world, because the strongest weapon in our hand, along with our free national press, is kindness. Right. So with that being said, I'm going to move forward there. I have a lunar Martian quartile happening before sunrise at approximately 0200 hours and 56 minutes. To be exact, it's occurring at 0200 hours, 55 minutes and 49 seconds. Luna is clearly there, and it's looking a bit like Luna is in the 3rd house, all righty, with Saturn ruling that while being in the 3rd also. So really looking to really just give the valuable essential things and communicating that which will secure your thinking processes. Even when it comes to your neighborhood, you may find, some gem within your neighborhood you never know is there. When I say gem, I'm talking about GEM, something that's a bit of a jewel. Maybe a community garden you always been going past, you didn't recognize that was a community garden there. You'll see that that's in your neighborhood, and you'll find yourself being able to, actively communicate and be active within your own neighborhood, so to speak, right? Being very active in your neighborhood and those that you relate to, your neighbors, right? And relating to them and being able to find out what it is that you can do in doing your part within the community. You may find yourself volunteering, actually, so that you can get some, practice, so to speak, when it comes to your community garden, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to yield the floor on that and want to move. I see next I have a lunar mercurial sextile. They growth and opportunity between the subconscious mind and your thinking. All right. So this is happening at about 0400 hours, 58 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. So with that actually taking place there, guys, we see that Luna is there still in the 3rd house. However, with its aspect to Mercury, Mercury is clearly in the 1st. So the things that you're thinking about yourself and the way you would like to expand on that and get some higher learning, you may be able to really institute the wisdom that is necessary for you to really nurture your own mindset for your thought processes. So really just allow those essential things, allow the infrastructure in your own thought processes to really make you driven in how you're going to further expand your so-called quote unquote foreign affairs, right? Some of you guys may be calling the Secretary of State's office to really check on businesses, so to speak, as far as that nature is concerned. Therefore, Jupiter being there also in the third house will allow you to expand the institution in really allowing your subconscious mind to rely on the wisdom within your thinking so that you'll be able to communicate the pertinent things necessary in your favor. All right. So with that, I'm going to yield. The next sextile, I actually have 3 sextiles in a row. That was one. The second sextile is a lunar Uranian sextile. All righty. So Luna's there. Clearly, it's interesting. It's there in a natural Uranian type house in the 11th house. All righty. Sharing that house along with Chiron, Jupiter, and Neptune. So we're going to be able to really allow ourselves to really expound upon the wounded healing so that we can further institute that which needs to be shared. People may find that you're brave in what you share with them, and the collective will really appreciate that, especially when there's things that you think you've kept hidden. However, you want to move forward in your life and allow your standing amongst your peers to be actually beneficial and very healthy to how you relate to others. You will do your best in coping with those things that may have been a bit of of a wound to you. However, heal from that so that you can be able to bring to the forefront a rise in the sudden changes in your soul's destiny. With that, I yield the floor. And finally, for my final aspect for the 24th, we have a solar Jupiterian sextile. I kind of have this feeling that there's going to be a bit of a winning situation here. You may find yourself expanding your winnings in some type of financial aspect, so to speak, right? And with that being said, you will really see that you'll be able to relate the things that are necessary to, this is so funny, really relate the ideals pertaining to the sudden changes of maybe how you feel about so-called quote unquote money or finances, so to speak, because you'll actually have a means to possibly, there may be a child that may pour some information out to you, or someone younger than you that may actually share some information that you're going to have to really dumb your pride down or be able to suffer the consequences in an expansion in a setting of your own subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind may be settled in a way to only institute things that you think are wise. However, the ideals that could expand the way that you relate to certain concepts further will really be possibly challenged by someone younger than you or a child that will actually bring some ideas that you may not have considered. And all you're going to have to do is really think about it. Frustrated you may be. However, as you think about it, you'll actually realize that there was wisdom being conduited through that youthful being. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor there to my beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey Islam.
What's up? All right, so we got the sun at 5 degrees Aquarius, 15 minutes. It's the 25th of January, 2023. 1443 Moore's calendar year, right? So yeah, basically what Brother Hassan was saying, that's very paramount. Really, going to the higher, attainments of life, so to speak, and really knowing what that is, for oneself rather than, just being told sweet whispers of nothing, or, you listening to us and, trusting everything we say without, or, trusting everything, believing the things that we say without actually knowing or trusting any of the things that we're actually saying. Like, so just going a little bit more further into, one's own psychological, endeavors or dimensions or realms, however you want to, say it or go about it, right? So yeah, just, practicality is at the forefront, right? And really what that is. So moving on, we got before sunrise, we got the moon conjunct Neptune. Yeah, so this is Is it like a moon's actually gonna bring me in the fourth. Yeah, this is like a sense of clarity and this, and also like a sense of dissatisfaction in regards of like this dissatisfaction with, like, let's just say religions or dogmas, dogmatic principles or dogmatic concepts being misconstrued. So now it's like I said, the dissatisfaction is gonna take you to new heights in life, so to speak, because there's this sense of uncovering something, or like that detective, who never sleeps, or just they have to figure out this answer. That's pretty much that energy, because again, eradicating falsehood, you know what I mean? That's pretty much that energy, in Pisces, because the imagination is paramount, and we know like all is mind, so it's distinguishing, or separating that falsehood versus from the truth, effectively, and basically, standing on that principle firmly, standing on your square specifically with all relations, and whomever you may be challenged by specifically, different schools of thoughts or different religions, and even not, based on that, you may be seeing the unification in all the quote unquote religions, and how they are actually all the same story with just a different deity, so to speak. And that's, what chapter is that in our subject 7, bro? Is that chapter 10 too, when he was talking about how, it's thought in Egypt and Zeus and Greece? Is that chapter 10?
Interessante. Let me look, because I got it right here. Let's see. Let me double check to just make sure. Is that chapter 10, correct? Chapter 10. Looking.
That is chapter 10. That's degree 19.
Degree 19. Boom. I just got there as you were saying that. You Brahmins call him Parabrahm. In Egypt, he is Thoth, and Zeus is his name in Greece. Jehovah is his Hebrew name, but everywhere he is the causeless cause, the rootless root from which all things have grown.
Islam. Yeah, that's Moon conjunct Neptune. It's like, whoa. Reading that for the first time, we'll be like, wait.
Islam.
So yeah, I'll yield. Moving on. So we got the Moon going to sextile Pluto.
Oh, pardon me.
No, you're good.
I didn't change it to next. There we go. Change it to next.
So yeah, so now this information can be, it's concrete now. We're not building our councils on sand. So it's on stable foundations.
Correct.
So yeah, Pluto's in the 10th house in Capricorn. So that's just really reconfiguring where this knowledge or all of this wisdom comes from. And quote, I'm gonna quote Swami Vivekananda. He said, "All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind." Right? All is mind. So then, in what context or who are you saying, or who do you look up to because of their how they may seem to be, or their public status, or some tangible things, physical things that they may have that makes them seem, holier than thou, or more he's more highly distinguished, so to speak. So someone with 12 children versus someone who has no children. So a woman who has 12 children, and then the woman who has no children, they would say she's like, that woman with no children is you know, she's worth nothing or she's worthless. And it's not all the way true. It's not true. You know what I mean? She can have different sets of skills, right? Other than bearing children. Maybe that's just not her, you know, that's not her her makeup this time around. Maybe she's supposed to be taking care of other people's children who don't take care of their children. Possibly, who knows? Right? But that's, you know, just reconfiguring and retransforming how we may process certain information or how we may look at certain things that we deem to be unhealthy, but they may actually be something that helps you remove yourself from unhealthy situations more so than just like it being like this is. It's just more so like we're not really pointing the finger anymore. We're taking it's a consideration in all aspects rather than just one aspect, and that's going back to not being just one dimension, right? We're taking ourselves into multiple aspects of life rather than just being a one-trick pony, right? So where we going? That's the moon's last aspect. So the moon's going to be void for another 3 hours and 27 minutes, like on Saturday. So just don't spend your finances. Definitely get your mirror before or after this moment. Will be very, very beneficial. That's for sure. So the moon's in Aries now. After that 3 hour and 27 void, it is in the 10th house still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the second time we caught the fifth, and unless I just missed it sooner, I'll go back and look at the replay. But it said 0 degrees Aries, 11th house, and the 5th house at 0 degrees Libra. So that's the equinoctial point, bro. Yeah.
That's our creative endeavors and, you know, the who we create with is becoming more impactful. It's being more. It's taking a higher peak in life. You know, it's being placed on a axis, literally, to show its sense of stability and movement. So, you know, Moon in Aries in the 10th house, like, you know, Mars and Gemini in the 12th house. Yeah, this is like the opportunity or the chance for us to like really speak up and enforce, you know, the things that we study, so to speak, and specifically the Constitution, you know, because law governs all events. So, you know, seeing that in a mundane figure, because of course this is happening above the terrestrial level here before we can, you know, before it's actualized, or even so, the energies happen prior to some things are actually, you know, done or actualized. So recognizing that, you know, that nature's law is basically the only law, you know, that needs to be respected. You know, if it's contrary to, you know, inalienable and unalienable rights, it's almost frivolous, and that makes me almost want to make you bring up impossibility in the Black Law Dictionary, but we won't even do that. We won't even, because they're gonna go in the whole. You know what I mean? We're going the whole.
I could try to look it up real fast. Like
it's page 888. If you want to, you know what I mean?
Triple eights.
The triple eights. But yeah, it's really we're taking a new initiative, and that initiative is just basically being ourselves. Like, man, know thyself. It's proverb. It's literally a maxim of life. Mind, man, know thyself. Right. So, you know, that moon in Aries, fresh off that new moon too. You know, come on, yo. It's 4 days later, 4 degrees later, the moon goes into Aries after it was in Capricorn. Aquarius.
That is quite a healthy entry. However, let's see, just real quick, right? Just to add to your wisdom on impossibility, so you can continue to go in on that Aryan ingress for Luna. Let's see here. Let's share the content here. Alrighty, and boom shakalaka, 2, 1 from the countdown, and there we go. All right. And you said on page 888, which is PDF page 964 out of 1,956 pages in Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. I yield the floor to you, bro. Islam.
Islam. So here we go. Impossibility. That which in the Constitution, so specifically, you know, that could be state constitution, federal constitution. However, if to also be metaphysical, your bodily constitution. So what naturally pertains to you, and then that's what's that? Cruden versus Nil, bros.
Talking about when you have to, the only thing that man is bound to follow is the laws of nature and not the laws basically by his fellow man. I'm paraphrasing it.
Islam.
Yeah, it is Cruden versus Nil. And just about, you know, it's so funny because most people are not, you know, statutory agents.
Islam.
So they keep trying to perform impossibilities.
Islam. That's literally the point. So that which in the Constitution and in course of nature or the law, that which in the Constitution in course of nature or the law, no man can do or perform. That's an impossibility. So if it's contrary to nature's law, I don't even know why we're talking about it.
Why are we talking about it?
It's frivolous. It's null and void. It's, that's that moon, moon in Aries in the 10th house. You know, yeah, in the 10th house, you know, ruled by what? Was that Christ? Is Jupiter still ruling it?
It was Saturn because it's 27 degrees on the midheaven, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 27 degrees, 57 minutes on the midheaven. Saturn's in the 9th at 25 degrees, 7 minutes, ruling the midheaven.
Yeah, that's the adepts and the seers. That's Prophet with Ali, and, you know, Yogananda. And, who else?
Wow.
Who else? Like, it's just all of those energies, the gurus, the really the ones who actually established and brought back the, you know, the affairs to man, you know, in the sense of national principles and guidelines. You know, that's pretty much paramount, and that's pretty much, you know, nationality at the order of the day. That's moon and Mars in the 10th house. Moving on, the moon is going to conjunct Jupiter, right? So, you know, you're connecting to all of those, that ancient wisdom that has been bestowed upon us and been granted to us from times past and times to come. What's happened? 2218. So it's in the 6th house, brother Sean. Look at that. It made it. Yeah. This is dope. This should be like a good time to have like a paint night, or maybe you're like a book club, so to speak. Maybe we should do something with the Circus 7 on this day, bro. Possibly.
Wow. Interesting is right between cruelty and 5 degrees is unsatisfied ambitions. 4 degrees is cruelty, 5 degrees is unsatisfied ambitions.
Yeah, and that's basically paramount because it's in the 6th house, so it's pertaining to day-to-day routines and what, you know, the things that we are doing that may. So we're looking for something to. So it's an unsatisfied ambition. So if you're unsatisfied within the things that you want, or you probably don't want those things. You might just be telling yourself you want those things based off of someone else's wants, or someone that you may look up to, guru, would be saying you should have this for your comfort, which would be the moon. Like, so you have to have, if you don't have a child about time you 35, you are an unsatisfied woman. And that's so fucking cool. That's literally cool. That's literally. And then the woman who said it literally is, she's been single for 47 years at this moment. Like, no one wants her. unfortunately. It's not, you know, we just saying that in regards of like who listens to someone who really doesn't, who isn't really happy or peaceful or like living based off moral principles. Like, why would you listen to somebody who hates people? You just hate just to hate. Like, so it's removing ourselves from those sort of energies based off of like recognizing that's not healthy. It's not benefiting, you know, oneself. So, you know, it could be finding the in-betweens between like maybe that cruelty or that, you know, unsatisfaction could be your motivation instead of it being something that makes you run away or feel like you're being judged or ridiculed in some way. Just make you better rather than it make you feel like you're weak or you can't accomplish something, because all you really have to do is have the interest and the drive to do it, and you can do it. So basically actualize that energy with this Mars and Gemini energy, because like that's that Mars and Gemini, that little big star it's around. I know that star is cruel itself, interestingly enough. So that the cruelty is out here and it's good because it'll show you something about yourself. How do you react to it? Are you a turncoat? Is somebody yelling at you in your face, spitting in your face? What you gonna do? Run away? Or you gonna drop the bomb on them? You know what I mean? Like it's all about respect at the end of the day. And if that's not being shown, then certain measures may have to be taken based off of people being disrespectful. And that's fine. Because, you know, Venus ruling the chart, Libra on the rise, just like, maybe you need to watch some Tommy Hearns boxing videos. Tommy Hearns was a Libra. He got hands. He a Libra. He got hands.
Thomas Hitman Hearns.
Yeah.
That's who Martin went against boxing in that episode of Martin where he came out with the pumpkin head. Yeah. Like, yo, that's horrible, bro. Horrible.
Yeah. You know, so know that Libras aren't always just, you know, because people let it give Libras a bad rap. Or like, you know, because the sun is falling. True enough. However, Tommy Hearns is a good example. Like, he ain't a turncoat. So you can learn how to defend yourself and stand up for the things that you really love and care about. And that's all that's really important. If you love and care about it, then let that be your motivating factor. Yeah, and I yield. Moon and the sun are going to sextile. That's the last aspect for this Wednesday, and that's Moon still in the 6th. Sun's in the 4th. Look at that. That's interesting. That's pretty good. Yeah, Venus is still doing the thing too.
Mars and Saturn rulerships. Looky. Astro Cookie.
I'm liking this, and then that 8th house cuz doing real about Venus too. Yeah. This is cool. Huh. This is like some what's it called? Before you rest and recharge, you should probably do some yoga. You know what I mean? Do some nighttime yoga to just really bring some you know, bring that blood flow, get the blood flowing, but in a relaxing, sensational aspect. Like, you know, your body, and I'm thinking mostly the legs, you know, the lower body, the thighs, feet, calves and whatnot. That stimulation, you know, that you may, you know, give your body before you really rest and recharge. You may actually go to some, you know, dimensions, you know, and you may actually wake up like you may wake up like Goku or something, like super charged up, like wow. You want to do push-ups or something. Or for a woman, like you may, you know, you may hit that yoga pose that was your biggest challenge, the downward dog or something, and your feet is completely on the ground or something, right? It's just it's a revitalization to the really the whole constitution, really, you know. Just bringing a sense of clarity on, what one really wants, for oneself, for and in this moment in time, and also like, in times to come. And that's pretty much this energy here, definitely you need to probably get, sea moss and into your diet if that's not already into your diet. Just really get those minerals that your body needs for a sense of clarity, mental clarity, and really take care of your nervous system. Because people talk about they have anxiety a lot and stuff like that, and it's starting to seem like people think anxiety is a mental illness, and it's not. Like, you need to breathe and control your breathing, and if you don't do that, that's where the anxiety, takes over its host, basically, which is whoever is not breathing properly at the time. That's all it is. So just get breathing exercise into your day-to-day routine, so you are controlling your body, and it's not just all unconscious all the time. So consciously breathing is like a superpower, literally. So put that into your day-to-day routine. Conscious breathing. Consciously breathe every day. Consciously breathe every day. Consciously breathe every day. Like, literally do that. I yield.
Islam. Mother Sahara says she remembers that episode of Martin too. Straight up, man. Islam, bro. So let me stop the screen share here. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. Bros, any last comments, questions?
That's funny. And she's the nutritionist guru. Yeah, y'all need to get with her too, yo. Yeah. That's funny. All that what was it? What was that aspect?
Oh, Jack is thinking. I did want to insert for that Tommy Hearns episode. You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Right. Y'all are hilarious, bros.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Absolutely, Timon.
But yeah, there was those 6th house aspects. That's definitely her. Yeah, so get with her for sure. Islam,
man. And guys, don't forget to get your like I said, we said Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. Myself, Brother Terrell, Brother Sean, and Brother Corey. Remember, at One Heart Supplements. Go to Instagram to One Heart Supplements, all one word. One Heart Supplements. ONE is how one is spelled. One Heart Supplements, and order your sea moss, guys. All right. Now, Brother Corey actually takes the raw sea moss himself and processes it and turns it into a gel, right? And this is what we use for it's a very revitalizing content that actually he has, and I mix it with my smoothies. I remember also at times when I want, remember I was doing like pancakes, bro, like the alkaline pancakes. And instead of just adding water to the mix, I would use the sea moss in the mix with that, and it actually is a very awesome pancake, right? When you're doing alkaline pancakes, with spelt flour, maybe a little bit of a mixture of chickpea flour, teff, amaranth, just a little bit in it, make it a little earthy, a little nutty, so to speak. However, with that being said, bros, any questions, comments, and or suggestions? Seriously, because I think also tonight it may be. I'm gonna have to call bro and make sure. Shout out to Mosley, man. I know that they're doing the Mosley and Marco show tonight at 9:15, which is 2100 hours and 15 minutes Eastern. However, 9:15 post meridian Eastern, right? So that's this evening. And I was told that last Wednesday he was saying he's got someone who's an attorney, a family law attorney, and it's like, okay, let's have a conversation. You already know we're gonna do a serious lesson and make sure that people are clear, right, on what things are, because a lot of times people just operate in beliefs in what they feel. No, people who are, creating a corpus delicti, right? Corpus delicti, right? That's how it's actually in Latin. In Latin, it's corpus delicti, which is a bodily injured party. So with that being said, you know, you're causing harm to people physically or any way, shape, or form. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, you deserve to be adjudicated upon without you having relief, so to speak, in that fashion. However, when it comes to people dealing with so-called family law situations, my only question is, are you a foster parent? Do you have a license from the so-called state that shows that you're an agent under the governor? Because if anybody really pays attention, if you're dealing with child support, recognize it's coming from the office of the governor, right? So which means child support is only for people that are foster parents and foster parents only. So if you're a mother or a father dealing with someone trying to force you to be a Federal Reserve agent and get Federal Reserve notes to take care of some woman's child, you know, so those of you that want to get upset, that's fine. There are no men out there with, you know, ovum inside of ovaries with a fallopian tube and a uterus, right? The only beings that have children are women, right? So with that being said, people just need to know that true Social Security, not the program per the Social Security Act of 1935, true Social Security is really being kind and loving to one another so that we can be able to make sure that those that are the children, right, in the future, they can, in the dimensions to manifest, can actually have something to rely on, right? And, you know, the legacy that you set really depends upon that. Or they really depend upon the legacy that you set. Like before me and the bros got started, it's like, man, look, we need to promise ourselves that we don't become elders that bicker, seemingly don't get along in the public, but maybe privately doing, you know, messy stuff in the private or, you know, behind the scenes, and, you know, make sure that we allow the children that we help to make, you know, really have something that they can grow from, knowing that a lot of children that we've helped to make are socially engineered by women that aren't Moorish American at the time that we've assisted them. However, as we grew and continue to grow, a lot of them have rejected their own salvation. So with that being said, we're very firm in our position. We don't really care about how you emotionally feel about something. Call the wambulance if necessary, so that you can, you know, have your grown temper tantrum far away from us as possible. So I'm just saying, you know, have your temper tantrum over that way, you know. So
yeah, that way.
yeah, seriously, bro. However, you know, and I'm saying that so you guys can really have what it is that you need for your growth, right? You guys are gonna have to work very hard in getting outside of that Negro Black colored mindset. All right, that African American Ethiopian mindset. All right, you guys gotta you're gonna hold on to it, and you're gonna expect people to have sympathy for it. And I have zero sympathy for your niggerdom. All right. So yeah.
Nigger problem.
So what'd you say?
The nigger problem.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't care about it. You know what I mean? At all, because it's like we need to all make sure that we are firm in our positions. You know, hey, that's the nigger problem. Amazing, right? Get that from rvbaypublications.com, guys.
Hey, quit being a problem, nigger.
What'd you say?
Being a nigger problem.
Say it again, bro. Say it again.
Quit being a nigger problem.
Yeah, basically, like, yeah, seriously, like, are you a pale dead chimpanzee? Like, because black again means pale. It also means dead, and it also means chimpanzee. It's pale, linguistically speaking, when you look at the etymology. Black is dead, right? Kiwi liter mortuus, right? Some people say civil liter mortuus. Kiwi liter mortuus is dead in the view of the law. So are you a troglodyte, nigger, chimpanzee, anthropoid? Are you an anthropopithecus, right?
Don't lie.
Are you the negro yavera chimpanzee monkey, right? And when you mix the genes of the chimpanzee and the copper tone being, you get that type of looking thing there, which some people, which some people may falsely call themselves white, and we know that since unconscious Moors that may subscribe to calling themselves Negro, Black, colored, African American, Ethiopian, whatever the case, whatever terms they use, they're not Black. So those that are pale skin are not white. Black and white pertain to a status. And if you guys want to see what some true white men look like, you're looking at them right now, right? So I, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, Brother Corey Bey, Brother Sean Ali Mellon, Brother Ara Muaba Bey are actually white men, right? However, some of you are under the hypnosis that we're referring to skin color, which is evidence of your stupidity, respectfully.
So ignorant child, learn something. Yes.
Yeah, you lack the knowledge. However, we've done the research that we have done necessary, listening to Blog Talk Radio, so Moore's Heritage and History School, while being at, on RV Bay publications, like it's going out of style, and it's not going out of style to us. Make sure we get all screen recordings and screenshots of that website before any changes are made, because it can really be beneficial to us. However, we do not participate in the Negro Black colored wambulance parades. So if you're just, y'all should think like this. There was a time where you didn't know. Prove it. Because the way I look at it, those that were with Prophet Noble Drew Ali 2,000 years ago are with them today. So you sure we didn't know? We were just being taught and reminded.
Yeah.
All right.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping like dead.
No, it's sleeping in bed. I know, but even that's a grave. So anyway, seriously, any questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Let me make sure in the chat here before we yieldeth the flooreth, right? Mother Sahar says gratitude, absolutely, and she is sharing in the laughter also. Brother Sean, you got any last thoughts there? Any questions, comments, and/or suggestions, bro?
There you go. No.
Like unmute.
I know.
It was like double Dutch, but with the microphone. Like,
Don't talk. I'm not gonna talk. They might hear me. They might hear me.
Islam.
As always, read in constancy. Just read that. Just so you can be constant.
Be constant.
Resolution minded, yes. His
Absolutely.
name is Resolution. Yes.
Absolutely. And also, guys, be yourselves and donate.
Right?
Because I know we do a great work, right? And a lot of people do not do what we do and cannot actually do what we do, and we make it look easy. I know we make it look easy, right? However, we're doing what we're doing because we are obviously astrologically ordained to do so. You just have to work on stop being what'd you say?
Shout out to my moms.
Yeah, shout out, exactly. Shout out to our mothers, right? Because we are definitely doing the mission that they sent us here to do. We just suggest that if there's any envy or hate in your heart, you might want to, get rid of that. Because it is really slowing down your growth and progress. You're too busy hating. However, we already know our haters are our biggest, they believe in us the most because they gotta troll, they gotta make comments on platforms that we're on. So make sure when you change your appellations, don't choose any words that pertain to mental bondage to sense consciousness. If you change it, when you go to correct your name and choose your divine appellation, because there's energies that you're going to have to deal with. You might find yourself seemingly knowing Moorish information, but you might still smoke Newports and drink, and it's kind of counterproductive to the movement. as well as yourself. So don't be one that's still, smoking on those cancer sticks. And, you might want to stop doing that, because eventually it's going to all come to the forefront and people are going to see it. And we don't have to expose people. You'll expose yourselves. You will definitely expose yourselves. We don't care whose son you are. So with that being said, any other questions, comments, and/or suggestions?
No, you.
All righty. So if you got a problem and you want to express it, 443-376-8764 is the international line. However, we much prefer you use that line to have your we much rather prefer you to have this so you can get your mirror AstroLiteracy session. If you have any questions dealing with AstroCivics, just let us know. I am Brother Aura and any other bros, because all our bros are sharp. Really, really they are. It's just brothers like Brother Corey, Brother Terrell, and Brother Sean are way more just chill, where me and Aura are like pit bulls. Anyway, with that being said, we love you all. Watch out, Buffy. Let me move out the way. I'm gonna take you out. All right.
Diesel.
He looked me too. He's like, every time you say his appellation, he like really look. Even the dog is an L. D's L. Look at that.
Word.
Right. So with that being said, guys, we love you. Watch out, Buffy.
It's universal.
Huh?
It's a universal law. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know, right? So with that being said, like I said, let me see. Mother Sahar just laughs, right? Anything else there? Mother Sahar says, it's been 40 minutes. When are you going to get to the lesson? That's she's been quoting some of this stuff because it's hilarious, man. People have no clue that the lesson started right when the live was hit. As soon as we go, peaceful greetings, Islam, 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 we're teaching you your culture. However, you're too busy, concerned about the benefits of being Moorish, but you don't want to do the work. So with that being said, thank you, Mother Sahar. I think I saw Morpheus show up too. He said he couldn't hear. However, that's why earlier, I checked the sound, like, okay, well, maybe that's just his device. However, you all, thank you all so much that have shared this moment with us. I think it's only 2 of you here. It's only been like 2 or 3 the whole time. That's fine with us. Hey, we'd rather have sincere beings than a pomp and circumstance or whatever. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate you. Make sure you study diligently. Please be yourselves and donate out of your heart when you can. And make sure you are really loving on yourself. Remember those 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice will always take its course. I'd like to thank my bros as always, for their overall support in the order in which they've become a part of 7 Hill Star. Brother Terrell Samari Bay, Brother Corey Bay, Brother Shawnee L, and Brother R. Muwaba Bay. I thank you all as always. And guys, you will see I am Brother Aura on Friday and Sunday. Friday for Impromptu Improv, Sunday for our AstroCivics Sunday. Monday, again, we'll be going over the new moon. I am Brother Sean. All righty. And whoever shows up, guys, you know what I mean? Because who knows? Friday, you might need all the bros in there, honestly. The bros know. So with that being said, we love you all. This is where we say namaste, 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 y'all. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love.
Be yourself.
You're welcome, Mother Sahar.